Welcome back to the Pregame Podcast, Pregamers. I'm your host, Jackson Galt, here with
Jake Wartel. What's up, guys? Happy Victory Monday.
Happy Misery Monday. So, before we get into anything, there is breaking news.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Christian McCaffrey on Thursday night during a terrible Thursday
No,
night
it was
game.
better than normal. Better than normal Thursday night games.
Cardinal games?
Yeah, it was better.
It was fine. It was fluky. It was very fluky.
Mm-hmm.
But during that game, Christian McCaffrey got traded to the San Francisco 49ers. This sent Twitter into an absolute mayhem. The Carolina Panthers are selling everything. They're going to lose out. Christian McCaffrey is going to be RB1. Well, let's figure out what we think about the deal. So, going into it, the 49ers gave up round 2, round 3, round 4, and I believe round 5 for their draft capital. So a lot of draft capital went into this trade for the Niners.
Yes.
Okay, the Niners are going to be getting Elijah Mitchell back sometime soon in the next couple weeks. They have Jeff Wilson. Now you add McCaffrey to that. So how this affects McCaffrey to me, the biggest thing for McCaffrey is his pass catching ability. I mean, he gets, when he was in Carolina, dude's getting like at least 10 targets a game.
Oh, for sure. And it's because he's really the only receiver they trusted in that offense.
He was the only option other than DJ Moore that was actually had talent, right?
Yes.
In San Francisco, I mean, you're going up against Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. So a lot of talented players, along with Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell.
Oh, for sure.
Guys that have been very productive for the Niners. So I think that hurts McCaffrey in a way because I don't think they're going to have to utilize... I think they're going to utilize the heck out of him. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I do too.
But in the pass catching game where I think he has the most value, I think that takes a little bit of a dip. I do think, though, there is a possibility that he leads running backs in touchdowns throughout the rest of the season. I think that's very possible. Just because they're going to be in so many more scoring situations.
Yeah.
So, I think it takes McCaffrey from a top 3 back to he's a for sure top 10 guy. But I don't know if I can keep him in the Austin Eckler situation where he has been. Even Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing for him is this helps Deebo a lot if you're a Deebo owner because now he's going to be catching outside. Now they can do the jet sweeps with him. You never know when he's going to get the ball. Now it just kind of gives him another weapon in that offense. Dude, if they still had now Jimmy G did take them to the Super Bowl and take them to championship games.
Yeah, he's a winning quarterback.
He is. If they had, let's say, if what's-his-face never got hurt, Lance never got hurt, how good is this team?
Yeah. You'll never know. But
no.
I think that they're all in. I think they had the overpay. I think the Los Angeles Rams, they were in on the discussion.
They said the Chiefs were in the discussion. There's a lot of teams in on Christian McCaffrey, and for great reason. He's the top guy in the league. It's just, I agree with you. I think they overpaid, for him. Yeah, for a running back that has injury issues. When you're the San Francisco 49ers, where all your running backs have injury issues, I think this has some... I think it's inevitable that McCaffrey's going to get banged up this year. I know. And it's terrible to say because you love seeing him on the field. Playing great football. And it's just, there's just...
You can't avoid it.
He's a ticking time bomb. You know he's just going to go... It's going to go off one way or another. Where he's going to go explosive games that will help them move forward in like rounds and playoffs if they make it, or it's an injury and he's done for the season. Yeah. Especially with when you thought that in Carolina where you're like just waiting on McCaffrey to get hurt. Now you put him in San Francisco where they literally always have injury bug. I think that this is a ticking time bomb. I don't know can you even move off McCaffrey? I'd have a very hard time doing so just because there is so much upside for this deal. Sure. And they gave up so much to get him, so they're going to use him. It's just, I don't know if he's going to be the same player. Well, we'll get into it when we talk about the game, because when I was watching it yesterday at work, I looked up the first 3 snaps. McCaffrey, ball, ball, ball. They got him working fast, and then they kind of got into the red zone, and
they started throwing the ball.
Well, you didn't think McCaffrey was going to do much. He didn't. He is super early. He was only a Niner for 3 days.
They came in and said, "Oh, we have packages for him. We want him on our goal line touches. We want him to get him the ball in the goal line stances." And they did that, and they did the total opposite.
We'll see next week.
Yeah,
next week is when we'll actually see.
Yes, and if he doesn't do anything next week, I think if you could move off of him and get another top guy, I think you do it.
Yeah, it's a little too early to call. But that also has a lot of meaning for the Carolina backfield. Losing McCaffrey, it put Deontay Foreman in charge and Chuba Hubbard, and we'll tell you what they did when we get to the recap.
For sure.
So, Jake, go ahead and start us off.
All right, so we're going to go to the Thursday night game. Like we said, it was better than normal. They actually scored touchdowns. Unbelievable.
It was
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that in Thursday Night Football, score touchdowns.
I thought Bezos told him.
I know. Hey, no touchdowns. We love kicking stuff. So, Dalton and the Saints. Dalton had a
great fantasy
day, but terrible.
Had 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns. Well, 4 touchdowns for him. 2 for the other team he threw because he threw 3 picks. He had 30 fantasy points. And Olave is still that guy. Now, I want to get into this. I think you sell Kamara.
No.
Why? He has not gotten the end zone. He's not produced like you thought he would. I think if you can trade him to get...
Last 2 games, he's been solid.
But he hasn't...
Coming off of a 20-plus point game, then he had 17.5 this week.
I think
he's getting so much production. He's running the ball all the time. He's catching the ball all the time. They don't have any other freaking wide receivers on the team. They're all banged up. You can't expect much from Michael Thomas. Can't expect anything from Jarvis. Only guy you can expect out of is Chris Olave. Kamara is the main target in that offense.
If you can sell him and get someone higher, I think you do it.
No shot.
That's on me. I think you do.
I keep Kamara. He is a plug start, easy. He's going to give you top 10 production the rest of the season. He's a dog.
All right, we'll go back. Murray, he had 204 yards and a passing touchdown. Benjamin, I think he's starting to pull away a little bit, taking that running back room. He had 92 yards and a touchdown. D-Hop, his first game back. They targeted him 10 times for 103 yards.
I think he had more targets than that.
No, it was just...
But he caught 10.
Oh, caught 10, yeah. Probably had more than that. Would have been awesome if you got in the end zone there.
He had a great game.
Yeah, great game. But if you got in the end zone, I would have won more money.
No, whatever. D-Hop was awesome. Like we said, you should have tried the buy low, especially if they were desperate, because D-Hop is right back into the top 16 wide receivers.
Oh, for sure.
He looked awesome. Kyler hyper targets him, especially without Hollywood. We'll see how Robbie Anderson jumps into that equation whenever he can. Next week he'll be in the equation. But Hopkins from here on out is an absolute must start. So that's huge for the Cardinals. One last thing before we move on to the next game. If I can get the gif of when Andy Dalton threw the pick 6 and the guy flew into the end zone.
Awesome.
I'm going to try and get that in.
That was
awesome. That is the clip of the year so far.
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome.
All right, let's move on. Ravens-Browns at 1 o'clock on Sunday. So, Rashad Bateman returned to action, had 4 for 43, had a mediocre day. I thought with Bateman coming back, Lamar would start to step it up. Lamar, man, if you're a fantasy owner of Lamar Jackson, do you sell? He has had 3 straight weeks with under 20 fantasy points. He has been nothing short of that's terrible. I mean, he started out the season bona fide QB1. He was running the ball all over the place. He was efficient passing, and he hasn't really shown you that over the last couple weeks. Would you move on from Lamar Jackson?
Yes. Because I think he does it every year. He kind of starts really hot, and everyone's, he's the MVP again. He's back to his MVP ways, They need to pay him. Why didn't they pay him in the offseason? Yeah. And then he kind of starts trembling down where offenses start putting that little spy out there, and you just kind of follow him around, and he can't really do what he wants to do. They did have that trick play yesterday where they had Mark Andrews, where you think you see all these guys, a lot of people, Kelsey do it, a lot of other tight ends, they get under center and you think they're just gonna bully through to get the first down, and then he turns and pitches it to Lamar, I mean, it's smart to get the ball into your playmaker's hands, but he's your playmaker. He gets the ball all the time in the game.
Yeah.
You gotta. I think if you can sell him high, sell him.
Yeah, that you can only sell him high because right now he has been terrible so far. Other than that, Mark Andrews, speaking of him, absolute dud. 0 catches, 0 yards, goose egg, terrible day. For
Even
Mark
on National
Andrews.
Tight End Day, you thought he top 3 guy in the league in tight ends.
Top 2. He's an absolute. Andrews is top 2 tight end.
Kelsey,
Kittle. I'd take Andrews over Kittle. But Andrews, man, absolute dud. Going into the week, he was injured. I was trying to steer clear of it if I could, and he showed you why. Terrible day for Mark Andrews. Better days are ahead, though.
Oh, for sure.
If you can buy low, do it. J.K. Dobbins, he is out 4 to 6 weeks. He had to get surgery, and all that did was plug Gus Edwards into his role, and Gus Edwards ate. Great day for Gus Edwards as he went 16 for 66 and 2 tutties. He is the waiver wire ad of the week.
Oh, for
no
sure.
question about it. They love Gus Edwards, and he gets the ball at the goal line. He's a RB2 going forward. Great play for Gus Edwards. And their playoff schedule is fantastic. So if you need a guy, Gus is the guy. Kenyon Drake. Yeah, Kenyon Drake, guy that a lot of people picked up this week.
Oh, for sure, and probably played a lot. Maybe put him in as flex.
Yeah,
player
with
or
bye
RB2
weeks, you had
if
to
you
play
need to,
someone.
yeah.
11 carries for 5 yards. Absolutely dreadful. He killed you.
Yeah.
So, terrible day there. To move off from the Baltimore Ravens, we got the Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb, he's still the guy. 16 for 91 and a tutty. Kareem Hunt is almost not playable. Kareem Hunt only had 6 touches. He had 8 total yards, and he saved your week with a touchdown. I mean, that's you're drafting Kareem Hunt thinking he's going to be like the best flex in your league, and he's really disappointed so far this year.
Because you're playing him as that flex where you know he's going to get rushes out of the backfield and explosive, and you think he's going to get the receiving yards, and where he's probably one of the best after yards after catch for running backs.
And he's a fantastic goal line back.
Yeah,
and they really haven't utilized him much this year.
Because they haven't really been in the goal line much. They haven't been there much lately.
Yeah, so Kareem Hunt, I don't know what you do with him. I don't know if you can sell him just for namesake, but I want out of that offense, honestly. If I don't have Nick Chubb, like Amari Cooper, another guy. I mean, you can start him when the Browns are at home, but when they're away, he has been terrible this year. He had a mediocre 3 for 74. That's his best game on the road so far. First time in double digits. The rest of the season, he has scored under 10 points on the road. And then tight end, David Njoku, Jake's little pub of the week.
Oh my God, we almost forgot about that. Give me my title back.
I shouldn't have said anything.
No, I was waiting for you to say something.
Fair and square.
Kicks
Kicks my behind this week. I lost a lot of people weeks. Sorry about that, guys. I'll rebound this week, I swear. But
Jake, oh yeah, you're always a week behind. We'll get to that in a minute too.
So David Njoku, he went 7 for 71, so you're wrong on that. But
yeah, wrong on that, but I had a lot of other ones.
Yeah, he's a must start at tight end.
For sure.
All right.
We're gonna go to the Bucks-Panthers game. So we heard that news earlier that the Panthers sold their whole team. Basically, they're losing. They're tanking for They're tanking for one of the top 2 quarterbacks this year in the draft.
You'd think.
Well, let me read you what happened. P.J. Walker. Who? Who?
Isn't he the XFL
XFL guy. All right. 177 and 2 touchdowns. Good.
Okay. Yeah. Solid day.
Moore, 69 yards.
DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice there. And 1 touchdown.
DJ Moore had a good fantasy day.
He really did. Foreman, he had 15 rushes for 118 yards.
Great day.
Chuba Hubbard had 9 rushes for 63 yards and a touchdown.
Carolina.
Plus,
what did the Bucks do?
Well, they dropped a wide open pass.
First drive of the game.
Oh, yeah. Not even anyone near Mike Evans. If we can find that picture up there, we can find it.
Right.
Wow.
This is what Mike Evans did. So I'm Brady. Mike Evans, literally no one near him. Throws him the ball. Freaking just butterfingers. Like it was maybe one of the easiest catches he'll have all season.
He could have walked into the end zone, crawled into the end zone. Like my 90-year-old grandma probably could have scored on that one. Like it's unbelievable. Fix my title. I got a little up there. But looking at that offense, the Bucks are in shambles. No one's playing good. They look out of sync. And you think like, oh, okay, it's just like one bad week.
It's been all year.
Oh, yeah, the last 2 weeks they've lost to Pittsburgh. You lose to Carolina, who's trying to tank for one of the best quarterbacks, whoever the best quarterback is coming out of this year, C.J. Stroud.
I think it's Bryce.
Okay. Feel bad for whoever has to go there. Then, I mean, what is
going on in Tampa?
Tampa needs to step it up. Is it Giselle?
I don't know what it is, but all I can tell you is they have no run game at all. We're not even there yet.
I know, just wait.
They have no run game at all. I mean, Mike Evans had a solid day, 9 for 90. Chris Godwin had 11 fantasy points, but I don't understand how you can't beat Carolina. I don't think they win division.
Oh, I don't either.
How can you?
But here's the
Brady came last week after the Steelers game. He said he basically did the whole relax thing that Aaron Rodgers did a couple years ago. But how can you relax after watching that?
Oh no, you are in like panic mode if you're a Buccaneers fan for sure.
They're dead. They're done.
Dead.
I don't know if they win division, dude. Seriously.
That's bad. And you're going into there, you're picked one of the top guys.
Fournette had an absolute dud. Godwin was fine. Evans was good.
But here's the thing.
Brady's terrible.
That offensive line played great. Brady had so much time to throw. It just, no one could get open. And you'd see him do that little hitch step and then like look downfield. No one was open, so he had to check it down. Fournette couldn't do anything. He's dropping the ball a lot, and just they look bad.
Yeah, they look terrible. Good game from Carolina.
For sure.
Foreman,
congratulations on a win.
If Foreman's still somehow available, pick him up. Love Deontay Foreman. Picked him up. He had a solid day. As to Chuba Hubbard, I don't think Chuba Hubbard is... I think you can pick him up, but I like Foreman a lot more than him.
Okay.
All right. Am I up next?
Yeah.
I am. All right. So I missed huge on this one. We got Bengals-Falcons. So after last week against the Saints, I thought that Joe Burrow would calm down a little bit. I think they'd still win. Not in this fashion. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are back.
They look like they were like the last year's team. They look.
Oh yeah.
They look like they were revamped from the Super Bowl.
They look better.
Yeah.
They genuinely look better. I mean, let's talk about the Falcons first. I'll get into that. Falcons make no sense. They were getting blown out the whole day, and they threw the ball 13 times. That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
They had a 10-minute drive where they scored. They scored a touchdown. I mean, that's good. But it took 10 minutes.
That's just unbelievable.
And then Cincinnati got the ball back, and they scored in 51 seconds to throw away the whole touchdown drive that they just had. I mean, Atlanta, I don't understand it. I mean, Atlanta's still a solid team, but they're obviously worse than Cincinnati. Tyler Algier, fantasy relevant once again. He got red zone touches. He got in the end zone. He had a solid day. Some guys that aren't fantasy relevant, though, Kyle Pitts and Drake London, Dumpsville. I am cutting Drake London now. Or Kyle Pitts.
Oh, for
I
sure.
can cut both of them, honestly. I'm gonna pick up probably like Greg Dulcich from Denver.
Biggest bust of the whole year.
He has to be the biggest
And
bust.
last year he wasn't great either.
He was fine last year. He was a top 5 tight end last year. This year he's nowhere close. Kyle Pitts is unownable, guys. I'm cutting him. You should do the same. Get out of this offense.
For sure.
Let's get to Cincinnati. Joe Burrow. 481 passing yards. My goodness. 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Joe Burrow is a monster, absolute phenom. He's killed it 2 weeks straight. Jamar Chase, 8 for 130 and 2 tutties. Absolute phenom, absolute beast. And then Tyler Boyd, Jake's big dog on the week, 8 for 155 and a touchdown, was wide receiver 2. Huge day.
Huge day.
T. Higgins was solid, 5 for 93. And then Joe Mixon, a solid day, 58 yards, a touchdown, and 3 for 33 receiving. This Cincy team is back, and I think they're going to dominate the division.
I think that first few weeks is just like a fluke and everything like that.
They're back. They're back
for
in
sure.
blood. Joe Shiesty is back in blood, baby.
Yeah. Looking good, too. He's wearing the stuff he's wearing before.
Yeah, looking all cute.
Yeah, looking very nice.
Do we have to do this?
Oh, yeah! Get that title out of here! Howdy, y'all! Let's get into them Dallas Cowboys game! It's our time right now! It's our time right now! Alright, Dallas Cowboy fans, we know you're here. Dak Prescott, he's back. Woo! Now, didn't do great like Jack thought. Be quiet. Now, it's that time to talk. Your time will be in a minute. You zip your mouth.
Do your
You zip your mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Shut up and talk about your stupid Cowboys.
Victory Monday. All right, so Dak, 207 yards, and the last minute of the game, they were down in the red zone. They were like, he went over, they called timeout. Kellen Moore goes, "You want to get a touchdown?" He goes, "Oh yeah, we're getting a touchdown. I'm getting my first passing touchdown of the year." Gives a touchdown. Zeke was eating lions.
Yeah, like we predicted.
Like we did. 57 yards. Didn't have like a big rushing yard game, but he did have 2 touchdowns.
Solid 18-point
Very
game.
sure. For sure. CeeDee Lamb played pretty well too. Like you said, Pollard did really well. Now let's get into the Lions. Jared Goofball, my little pup of the week, like I predicted. 228 yards, 2 picks, and a fumble.
2 fumbles.
Oh, 2 fumbles.
Yeah,
oh my
2 of them.
goodness gracious. He had 2 fumbles?
Lions offense. Oh my gosh. In a week where our defense stepped up, finally they did something. We have a defense for once. Our offense just couldn't do anything. Jared Goff couldn't get in the end zone. Freaking had 200 yards. He had the 1 pick. 2nd and 2 at midfield. Throws it at the double coverage. Throws it behind Josh Reynolds. Intercepted by Trayvon Diggs. It was a drop, but we'll leave it at that. The other pick was just terrible too. His fumbles, he literally just handed it to the defense. And then that's not even what the biggest turnovers were. Biggest turnover, we drive all the way down the field to take the lead. We're down 4. And then Jamal Williams fumbles at the 1-yard line.
You know he's never fumbled before in his career until then?
He hasn't lost a fumble.
Yeah.
Because he fumbled earlier in the day, but he picked it up.
Yeah.
He actually lost this one at the 1-yard line to give Dallas the ball and take away all momentum from Detroit. It was a terrible, terrible offensive showing. DeAndre Swift, what are you doing? You have had 4 weeks off. You had a whole bye week. Why are you not playing? Your career is going to be over, DeAndre. At running back, the best thing you can be is available. He has not been available. He has been great when he's played. You can't stay healthy. I mean, dude, we need you to play. We obviously cannot rely on Jamal Williams. I mean, this is ridiculous, dude. You're a 2nd-round pick. Do you want to lose your job? Do you want us to have to draft another running back this offseason? Another one? I mean, after Amir Abdullah.
DJ Khaled says, another one.
How many times do we have to do this with Mikel LaShore, Amir Abdullah, Kerryon Johnson? Now we're going to have to do it with Swift. I mean, can we land a single 2nd-round running back? Swift, play!
Just I don't care you're hurt, dude. Show some grit. Get on the field. We lose the game because you can't play, dude. We need playmakers. Amon-Ra St. Brown got concussed on one of his first catches of the game. I mean, we didn't have any playmakers out there. Offense couldn't do anything. Goff isn't the answer. We're the number one pick right now. And I knew we were going to lose this game. We might win 2 more games the rest of the season. It's a complete dud. It's over. When do you start talking about Dan Campbell getting fired? I mean, it's going to be coming soon, man. I don't know. Lions team was dreadful. Hawkinson was fine.
So this is probably this is how I think it's going to go if he gets fired. Martha Ford's going to come in there. Dan, we need to talk. What's wrong, man? I thought we've been doing good, man. We're scoring touchdowns this year, man. You're losing games still, though. Well, I don't know what to do, man. I tried doing this stuff, man.
No, you know what he said? Hey, it starts with me. Starts with me, man. You know, we gotta look past next week. Good teams win these games, you know, and we're right there. We're right there. It's just like we just can't find it. We're gonna get it. You know, it starts with me though, man. I need to start getting it together. You know, a couple of those play calls, they go a different way. You know, Jared, you know, if it was a drop cut, it was a drop pick. You know, if that goes our way, you know, maybe it's a different ball game. You know, can't fumble at the 1 yard line, man. I mean, that changed the whole game. You know, and I blame the guys on top. You know, because I threw my headset. You saw I was very upset because. You know, I have guys up there, and they tell me if I should challenge a play call, man. And, you know, they didn't talk to me, and so I sent out the offense and tried to run the ball, and, I mean, we fumbled. You just can't have it. Bad turnovers, man. I really like the defense. They stepped up. We only allowed 24 points instead of 52 on the offense. You know, got to bounce back next week. Hopefully, I don't know about what's going on with Swift, man. Sharks on IR, man. Jared Goff sucks. I don't know.
We're dead, man.
You know, hey, we gotta look forward to next week, man.
You know the thing is, Jamal Williams goes. He thinks of when they were in Hard Knocks. He thinks of the record last year, and it makes him sick. It makes him cry, like he's tearing up in that big speech.
You don't care.
He don't care.
That's all for show, dude. I'm done on this topic.
Hey, we're still them boys though.
Giants, Jags, Danny Dimes. What a day. Is Danny Dimes in the MVP?
Is he back?
Back from what?
Well, last
is he here? This is
well,
what it
plays
is.
Dallas'
Is he here?
defense, he isn't.
Dude, Danny Dimes is all but money. 100 yards rushing, had a rushing TD, and he had 200 passing yards. He had a 30-burger in fantasy. Awesome day, man. Danny Dimes, this Giants offense, and this Giants team in general.
Yeah.
I mean, 6-1. Who saw that coming? Saquon Barkley, 110 rushing yards, and he went 4 for 25 receiving. Solid day. He's Saquon. He's the man. Wan'Dale Robinson. This is the guy I've been preaching. I'm like, go get sneaky ad. First half, he showed you why he should be the sneaky ad. 6 for 50 on 8 targets, all in the first half. He was the wide receiver 1, doing fantastic. My little heart was exploding. I was like, yes, I made a call. I was finally right this week.
Then you looked at your big dogs and you're like, oh.
All right, he got hurt. He limped off the field, and he didn't play the second half. So keep an eye on that. If Wan'Dale plays, they're hyper-targeting him, and he's been good, guys. I see a lot of Amon-Ra in this. I see a lot of Amon-Ra. I'm telling you, pick up Wan'Dale Robinson. And if he is, keep track on him. If he's going to play this week, if he plays, put him in your flex. I think he's a very solid wide receiver 3 flex play this week. Love Wan'Dale Robinson. And this Giants team, they just keep on doing it. Keep on the comeback in the fourth quarter once again.
Yeah.
Jacksonville blew the game. And did you see the last play of this game?
I thought he was in. I honestly thought Kirk was in.
Like, watching it live or after?
After.
Oh, no, he wasn't in. He was a whole yard short.
Looked like the ball, like, him like literally they were on the goal line.
I know. I think he was short, definitely. But Trevor Lawrence throws the ball to win the game, freaking down at the 1 yard line. Great stop by the Giants. That's just how they win football games. But Trevor Lawrence is a solid play for a streamer. He ran in another rushing touchdown. That's 2 straight weeks with one. And speaking of rushing touchdowns, Travis Etienne.
He took that job.
We told you, move off James Robinson before it was fully done, and it's over now, guys.
Oh, yeah, for
He
sure.
had 14 for 114 and a tutty. Travis Etienne must start RB2 rest of the season. Christian Kirk, really good day. Could have had a touchdown on the last play. Couldn't make it happen. 7 for 96. Could have had a TD, didn't,
they
but
pay him.
really solid day.
They paid him all that money. You think he would have scored that touchdown?
He was really good. He had 7 for 96.
Yeah.
Great day.
Would have been awesome if he had
And
a
then
touchdown.
another guy in his revenge game, Evan Ingram, 4 for 67. And people were saying that he was waving bye to the Giants fans after the Jacksonville Jaguars went up, which would have been a little premature. He said that he saw his mom and his wife or whatever.
That's cute. That's very nice of him.
I don't know. Evan
believe
Ingram. Giants fans
him.
hate Evan Ingram.
Oh yeah, they do.
I saw a bunch of guys saying like, "Oh, you didn't drop a pass in this one. Good job, buddy. Proud of you."
The
But
next Kyle Pitts.
is he
you
the
know,
next Kyle Pitts? Is
All right,
Kyle
he's kinda
Pitts the
the
next
next-
Evan
yeah.
Ingram? Maybe.
I think he is.
But yeah, solid streamer there. So go ahead. You can move on to the next game.
I'm not going to be excited as this game because I was for the last game. But the Colts Titans game, Matt Ryan for the Colts had 243 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. 1 was a touchdown for the
Who
other
won
team.
this game? The Titans won.
Titans, yeah.
Okay, I thought so. But
Yeah.
I didn't.
Taylor, can you trade Jonathan Taylor?
What did he do? I don't even know what he did.
I don't.
This is the least watched game I had this week.
Oh, yeah,
easily.
Yeah, I was watching the Cowboys game. I was watching the Packers. I was watching other games.
While you're looking this up, I might be wrong on Paris Campbell. 2 straight weeks with 12 targets, man. I don't know. I don't love the Colts
He
passing
had 15
offense.
points.
Who,
This
Jonathan
week.
Taylor?
Yeah. He
He'll
had
bounce back.
10 for 58, and then I think he had some catches.
10 for 58 and
7
a
for
bad game
27.
script. He looked good. No, I'm not trading Jonathan Taylor.
I don't think I would either. Just if he keeps, he's getting to that point where it's like you kind of expected him to kind of have a bigger game. Than he did this game.
Yeah, for sure. Better weeks are to come.
For sure.
Buy low.
If you can, yes.
But Paris Campbell has been fantastic, and it looks like he's taken over Alec Pierce. I don't know what's going on.
If you don't have Pittman in that offense, I think, or Taylor, I think you kind of have to stay away from that team. Just because
I think Paris Campbell might be worth... Dude, 2 straight weeks with 12-plus targets is a lot. He's worth the ad. He has to be worth the ad. I mean, you saw talent at Ohio State. His main problem is health. I mean, maybe Matt Ryan has unlocked some... I think it's worth a speculative ad.
Okay.
Especially with how bad the waiver wire is right now. Paris Campbell is probably one of the top receiver options to pick up.
Okay. So I had for the Colts, but Titans, Derrick Henry had 128 yards rushing this week. No touchdowns. Did not snow in Vermont.
That's why
so
he had a mediocre day.
I know. And I looked for the weather this week. There's no snow, just a lot of rain.
Oof.
So
hopefully it gets colder.
Yeah.
Turn that rain into some
We don't
snow.
know. I think it's like maybe Wednesday, Thursday. It's supposed to.
I wonder if flurries count. If it flurries.
I know that I will keep updated on the weather.
Okay.
We'll let you know Wednesday.
Yeah.
If we see anything.
Yeah.
Defense really won this game for them. I think that's what I think the defense is kind of keeping them in a lot of games this year.
Yeah. Back on top.
Yeah. But other than that, that's
19 fantasy points from the Titans defense.
Yeah.
Solid day.
Very solid day. All right, go ahead.
Hey, who is maybe the worst team in the NFL?
Lions.
No. Who? The Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers. What happened? The Green Bay Packers are terrible. We were like, oh man, they have to bounce back, right? It's the commies.
The Carson Wentz
Hey,
led. He's out. Taylor Heineke led commies. Nah.
What's the Commanders chant? We are Commanders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Wait,
Wait, hold on. Isn't Aaron Rodgers with State Farm?
Yeah, he is.
Ah! We are Commanders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Just practicing for, I don't know, retirement.
Yeah.
Just practicing the discount double check when he's 50 years old. This is all he has left. Doesn't have any good Super Bowl rings other than one in 2010. He'll be 40 years old celebrating a discount double check. Yeah, 2000. Hey, you guys remember 2010 when I won the Super Bowl that one time? And I sucked the rest of my career. All I did was B&M about every single thing, and I made everybody isolated in a locker room, and I placed blame on everyone but myself.
Oscar.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember when I was a back-to-back MVP. Yeah. I hate my new team, man. I wish I had Randall Cobb.
He does have Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Devontae
That's what I'm
Adams.
saying. Randall Cobb.
But he wants Devontae Adams back too.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson, Ronald Driver. Dude. Aaron Rodgers sucks, dude. He has not scored 20 fantasy points all season. Another terrible day. Aaron Rodgers. This Green Bay offense is D-E-A-D. Dead. Green Bay is awful. They don't have injuries. They're not going to make the playoffs. Hey, relax, guys. We lost to the Jets. Jets are a good football team. Relax. I think we're going to come back. You lost to the Commanders.
Did you see what he said after the game too?
No, what
he
said?
Goes out there and goes, man, I'm not really mad. This is kind of what we need. Like, going into Sunday Night Football, man, we play the Bills, man. This is what we need, to kick in the butt. I think we're going to go out and because they're going to be favored. We're going to shock the world, man, and come out and win. That's what he said, dude. I was like, man, this man was smoking ayahuasca during the game.
Oh, that's so awesome. Green Bay's terrible. Aaron Rodgers can't score 20 fantasy points. Aaron Jones, like we said, had an awesome day. He had 9 for 53, receiving 2 tutties. Didn't run the ball at all. A.J. Dillon, get him off your team. You can only have 2 running backs. You can only have 2 fantasy relevant running backs if you're a top 10 offense. Nowhere freaking close. A.J. Dillon is a draft bust, by the way.
For sure.
Absolute bust.
And, I was getting made fun of for taking Breece Hall over him and in a league, and
we'll get to Breece Hall, but yeah, Alan Lazard, he's a must start, but he got banged up. Monitor him. Romeo Dobbs, non-existent. Sammy Watkins, whatever. They have no receivers.
Sucks.
They're terrible.
I can't wait till they play Dallas.
Terrible.
Dude, I'm gonna be up at that Cowboys Packers game. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Everyone's like, Jack, you don't seem so upset about the Lions game. I'm like, I'm not. The Packers lost.
They suck.
Green Bay is dead. Their offense stinks. To get to the Commanders, man. Pick up Brian Robinson while you can. Buy low, waiver ad if he's still there. 20 carries is a ton. Only 73 yards. He caught a couple balls, but he's going to get in the end zone, guys. Pick up Brian Robinson. Antonio Gibson had a solid day as well. It's weird. 10 for 59, 3 receptions for 18 and a tutty. Sell high or whatever. I don't know. You can't get anything for him. I guess you just kind of hold on and hope Robinson gets hurt or something or shot again. Terry McLaurin had a good day. 5 for 73 and a touchdown. I think McLaurin's a good buy right now. He has a lot of chemistry with Heineke after last year. He had some good weeks with McLaurin. 5 for 73 and a tutty. I like Terry McLaurin from here on out. I think he's a solid wide receiver.
I like him better with Heineken than I do with Carl.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
Packers, man. Oh, that's awesome. Saving my football. Hey, thank you, Green Bay. Thank you, Green Bay, for saving my football season. Because I wait all year for the Lions to do something, you know. You wait all year, and they always disappoint. But at least I have Green Bay's misery to help suffice.
That's very nice of you, John.
Yeah. Thank you, Green Bay.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the Jets-Broncos game.
Yeah, go for it.
Sad news in this one.
Moment of
A
silence.
moment of silence for Breece Hall.
Thank you, Breece
Thank
Hall.
you, Breece. Breece Hall had 72 yards, 1 touchdown.
Why did I have to take my boy?
Into his ACL.
No! No!
Terrible news.
Breece Hall, man.
On pace, best running back in the league this year.
Oh, yeah.
Rookie of the year for sure.
Easy. Wow.
Like, this stuff.
He was an MVP conversation.
Yes.
He's the reason the Jets were winning so many games.
For sure. And it's just sad to see this. Hall probably out for season with the torn ACL. Hate to see it.
He had a good fantasy day before
Yes,
that,
for
too.
sure. Zach Wilson, I mean, didn't do much again, like usual. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you have the Jets, they're unownable now, and he play maybe Garrett Wilson will have a few breakout week or
Michael
two.
Carter, if he's available in your league, he's up there with Gus Edwards for #1 pickup.
Okay. Now going to the Broncos.
I think they're gonna have to start throwing the ball without Breece Hall.
And if you have Garrett Wilson, I think that's a big ad.
I think Garrett Wilson. I think even Elijah Moore might be worth a speculative ad now too,
Okay.
because he went out, he was crying and moaning about getting targets. I think Corey Davis went down as well. I think he's gonna be okay, but he might miss a week or two. I think Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson actually do have some value going forward without Breece Hall. Just Breece Hall was so much to this offense, and losing him, big blow.
Oh, for sure. All right, now let's transition now to the Broncos.
I mean, it looked like Russell. Was
Yeah.
Wilson playing?
No, Russell
Are you
Wilson
sure?
wasn't playing.
I don't know
That
about
team
that.
just sucks. They're riding to the they can't let's Broncos country. Let's ride to our couches because we gonna be there when the playoffs happen.
They are terrible.
They're terrible.
Defense is good.
Everyone came into this year thinking Broncos win that division.
Maybe. Broncos are a playoff team. That's what everyone was
Yeah,
saying.
Broncos
I don't know
playoff
about
team
winning
now.
division, but I think they were definitely in the playoffs.
Everyone's like, oh, this is the best division in football with the Broncos now. Man,
How the turntables.
they suck. If you have any of their players, you might want to sell them.
I mean, their running backs are useless now.
Receivers,
Cortland Sutton was terrible.
terrible again. My little pup of the week, like I said, he's
Yeah.
going to get locked down by Sauce Gardner.
He might be a speculative buy low. I don't know. I don't know what you'd give up for him, but I think Sutton has wide receiver 3. I think he can be a wide receiver 3 with Wilson. Oh, I mean, dude, he had 9 targets yesterday. He gets the opportunities. I think he's still the #1 guy. Someone's gonna have to catch the ball. It's just I don't like being involved with bad offense.
I don't either. That's all I got for that one.
Yeah.
Really nothing else really to talk about.
Up next, Texans Raiders. Damon or is it Damian? Damian Pierce. Damian Pierce had an okay day. 20 rushes, 92 yards, 4 receptions, 25 yards. Solid day. Davis Mills, if you streamed him, he had a solid week. 302, 2 tutties, and a pick. There's no pass catcher worth owning. That includes Brandon Cooks. You cannot own a single pass catcher in this offense.
Sad.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks no longer fantasy relevant unless he gets traded this year, which, maybe. We'll see.
He's a journeyman.
Yeah, he's a journeyman. The Raiders.
The
Raiders. Moly. Who saw this? Preseason Hall of Fame game. Everyone losing their mind because Josh Jacobs is playing.
Yep.
These last 3 weeks that he has played, you would have never thought this could have possibly happened. Josh Jacobs went 20 for 143, 3 tutties, and 3 receptions, 12 yards.
Wow.
He's the man. The only guy outscoring him so far is Austin Eckler.
Wow.
I mean, these guys are Josh Jacobs. Congratulations to him. He's on a contract year. They declined his 5th-year option, and they said, stick it here, man.
Man, you know what? the two players that the big news that this year they weren't picking up their 5th-year option. Daniel Jones.
Yep. They're proving it.
And they're saying, hey, we earned this money.
I think Dynasty, I'm selling Josh Jacobs. I would try and get a top guy. Like, because it depends on your record, but I would try and get a top guy just because this has DeMarco Murray written all over it.
He was a beast in Dallas.
He was a beast in Dallas. That last year, he was like the best running back in fantasy, but they let him go and he went to Tennessee for a ton of money, right?
He went to
Tennessee.
No,
Philly. He went to Philly first, and he was a dud in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Josh Jacobs is great for this year. I would try and speculative move off of him for a top running back or receiver. But nonetheless, he's been outstanding. Congratulations, Josh Jacobs. Devontae Adams, guy should be in freaking jail right now. 8 for 95. Solid day there.
Did you see what he did? He was very polite, though, this week.
Yeah, he's a cornball.
He kind of let everyone go aside, and he kind of went like this, so he didn't touch anybody. He put his hands up.
Making a joke of the situation. If I'm the other guy, I'm suing for harassment.
Mm-hmm.
He's making fun of him.
Yes.
And then, this is a rushing offense from here on out. So I think the only guy pass catcher worth owning is Devontae Adams. That means if you're a Darren Waller owner who was hurt and out this game, he's cuttable. I would cut Darren. If you need a guy for a week, I would cut Darren Waller. I don't think that's big a loss. And Hunter Renfrow is not that big of a part of this offense.
Nope.
Next.
Chargers, Seahawks. Herbert, 293 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdowns, 127 yards, all-purpose yards.
He's the man.
Dog.
He's the man.
You know, everyone was like, oh, what's wrong with Eckler? Like the first
I was
weeks,
like that too.
What's wrong with Eckler? And then he comes back that one game, 3 touchdowns, another touchdown game.
He has scored a touchdown every week.
Yes, he is performing very well. Mike Williams, 86 yards and a touchdown. He was hurt.
Brutal.
Couldn't put any weight on his right leg. That's all we have so far. If we have anything else coming out, we will talk about it probably next episode just because
we'll have practices and stuff.
Yeah.
Have the MRI. Hopefully he's okay. They're on bye this week. Maybe we'll see how the bye week goes. Keenan Allen, absolute dud.
This just came in. Austin Eckler through the last 4 games. Ready for this? 190 yards, 3 touchdowns, 34 fantasy points. 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, 35 fantasy points. 86 yards and a touchdown, 24 fantasy points. 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, 36.7 fantasy points. That's unbelievable.
That's what I was going to bring that up. Is Austin Eckler like having a Christian McCaffrey type season right now?
Oh, for sure.
Is he like I wonder how close he is to breaking McCaffrey's.
He's on pace for 100 and like something receptions this year.
Oh yeah. Well, with Herbert being banged up and Keenan Allen not being reliable anymore.
Mike Williams now being hurt.
Yeah, I mean he's the number one. He has genuinely been the number one pass catcher in that offense.
Oh, for sure.
And he's been great while at it. And because I saw a stat, Herbert was really good with passes under 10 yards. He only had 4 incompletions. He is not hitting anything past 10 yards. That rib injury is really affecting his game. We'll see how he comes back after the bye, but I would sell high on Justin Herbert right now. For sure. I think rest of his career, he's going to be great. But for this season, this injury has really plagued him.
Yeah.
Bad.
And maybe hopefully it helps this week with the bye week. Maybe helps it heal. But I don't know if you can trust some of those doctors there. They did.
Especially in the Chargers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But let's get back to this game now. We'll turn game. Now we're going to turn it going. We're going to go to the Seahawks. Geno Smith, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick.
Solid.
DK Metcalf was carted off the field with a knee injury. Will undergo an MRI today.
I saw
how bad it was.
I saw
it came back negative. They're just going to go look again and do an MRI just to make sure.
It's probably missing a couple weeks.
Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Kenneth Walker the third is a absolute dog. He had 168 yards and not one, but 2 touchdowns. Now, Jack, 2 weeks ago, when he gets in, would you have traded him?
No shot.
No.
No shot. He is the man. Top 12
Now,
play rest of the
let's say
season.
you traded him.
Okay. Yeah.
How's your team doing?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I don't know. He might win this week. He's in a close one.
Oh.
But
he probably would have won if he had
yeah, he definitely
Walker.
Would. He definitely would have.
Yeah.
Instead of Najee and James Robinson. Yeah.
Losers.
So, Kenneth Walker, top 12 player.
For sure. He is a guy. He is that offense now, especially if Metcalf's out 2 or 3 weeks. So that's huge for them.
Tyler Lockett, solid play with
For sure.
Metcalf. Last 2 games here. Chiefs-Niners. The Chiefs balled out on them. I thought this would be a close game.
Oh, I did too. I think they're expecting this to be the game of the week, and especially on National Tight End Day.
I think we had a Yeti upstairs.
What's going on? Ain't snowing in Vermont.
So Mahomes, 423, 3 tutties and a pick. He's awesome. He's a top 3 quarterback, must start. They're on bye this week. Isaiah Pacheco, officially the RB1 in that offense. I mean, he didn't really do anything with it, but he did out-touch every other running back.
Clyde did get a touchdown. And you know what the thing is? Who's the receiver? Hardman?
Yeah.
Sniped 2 touchdowns from him, kind of. So
2 end-around touchdown runs for Hardman, and I don't know if the team likes McCole Hardman. Did you see the touchdown celebration?
No, I did not. What happened?
So McCole Hardman takes the end around.
Yep.
Runs up the runs up. The camera pans. No one's there to celebrate with him. It took like 10 seconds, and then Mahomes went up and celebrated with them. And that was it. No one else was there to be seen. Very interesting.
That's not nice at all.
No, it's not. But McCole Hardman, 3 touchdown day, 2 for 28, 2 touchdowns plus 4 for 32 receiving and a touchdown. Pacheco, though, I think that he's up there for number 1 ads if he's available. 8 for 43. They just didn't.
Imagine trading him.
They didn't have to run the ball. Clyde saved your day. Like we said, we told you guys sell on Clyde, man. 6 for 32 and a touchdown, only 6 carries. We told you he's touchdown dependent, and he still is, but it's about over, man.
Yeah.
He's about done. Juju Smith-Schuster, though, he's back in a big way, isn't he? 7 for 124 and a touchdown. He said Mahomes was playing like he had that X factor on him, and that made Juju. He said he won the play like he had an X factor, even though he came out and said, "Well, I don't have one, but I want to act like I did."
For sure, yeah.
He wanted to act like he did, and he sure did play like it. 7 for 124 and a touchdown.
Wow.
Great game from Juju.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey did Kelsey things. 6 for 98. Solid day on tight end day. And then to go to the other side, the San Francisco 49ers, George Kittle replicated 6 for 98, but he got in the end zone. Monster day for George Kittle. He is back in a big way.
Like
top 3 start.
Like we said, with getting him involved, CMC getting him involved next week, I think he has a monster game. I mean, you saw the first 3 plays that they had. They gave the ball to McCaffrey, and he looked explosive, like cutting, finding a hole and cutting. Getting Trent Williams back in maybe a week or 2 is going to be huge for them. That's going to help him a lot.
They need to start winning, too.
For sure. And
because the Seahawks are leading the division right now.
Wow.
Weird division there.
Yep.
But Garoppolo had a solid fantasy day. 302, 2 tutties and a pick, but he was terrible. Jeff Wilson, he's done. He had a solid day, but... I mean, he had a solid rushing day, not a good fantasy day, but he's done. We told you guys move off of him, and then they traded for McCaffrey. We thought it was going to be because of Elijah Mitchell. They're like, let's go get a top 3 running back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, Brandon Ayuk, another good week. 7 for 92, solid day. And then Debo was buy low on Debo Samuel. Mediocre day again, 5 for 42. I think they're going to have to start getting him involved here soon. Just like how we thought George Kittle's needed to start getting involved, and then they did. They're going to start doing it with Debo.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the night game. Dolphins Steelers.
This is crazy.
Jack, you were in a shootout
I was
last night.
sitting there freaking biting my nails.
Yeah.
I was up 50 points going into the game. Going against Najee Harris,
What?
Tyreek Hill,
What?
Deontay Johnson,
What?
George Pickens,
What?
and Chris Boswell.
What?
And I ended up winning by 1.5. Hallelujah.
Hey, don't say you won yet. They can still do score adjustments.
Stat corrections if it's like a point something. Not by one whole point.
You never know.
Yeah, no, I won that.
Dolphins, Tua's back, played decent, 261 yards and a touchdown. Should have had like maybe 3 or 4 picks. Like,
Yeah, he had 4 dropped interceptions.
yeah, it was ridiculous. Mostert, 109 all-purpose yards and a touchdown.
Great day for Mostert.
Jack, you were right, but a week off. Hill and Waddle both got locked down.
I'm just too ahead of my time.
You are. Let's go to the Steelers. Kenny Pickett did what his name says. He throws picks. 257 yards.
Thank
1
you,
touchdown.
Kenny.
3 picks. He looks like a rookie. He's playing like he is a rookie, and is not experienced. Pat Freiermuth, 75 yards and no tutties. Would have been sweet if he had a touchdown. Pickens, 61 yards. How many times do I have to be right about him? And 1 touchdown. He's the NFL young boy. He's playing very well.
Yeah, he's a beast. Deontay Johnson, though, is dead, like we said.
Yeah.
Should have tried to move off of him weeks ago.
For sure.
Like we tried to tell you. He's done. That offense, I mean, I guess George Pickens is playable. Pat Freiermuth playable, but Najee, I don't want anything to do with him.
For sure. But we got a game tonight. We got the kind of a snooze fest, right? This was the Thursday night game. We had the Bears and Patriots.
I need 16 points, non-PPR, standard scoring, 6-point touchdown from Ramondre Stevenson.
I mean, he can do that. He can get a touchdown.
I'm scared. I hope Damian Harris doesn't go off. I hope Harris doesn't really do much. But if I can get 16 from him, then I'm sitting pretty.
Yeah.
So, please, Ramondre.
Yeah.
Other than that, who cares? I mean,
snooze fest.
Chicago stinks. We'll see what Montgomery does. After the Chicago Bears came out and said that they're looking to ride the hot hand at running back, we'll see what that means.
Does that mean Fields are just going to have Fields run 100% of the plays now?
Maybe.
Just have him run every single play.
What do you think? I think this is a blowout, right?
Oh, blowout for sure. I think this is...
Hey, is Zappy starting?
I don't know. I don't think they
Pretty sure
said...
Zappy.
Well, Bills come out, we're day-to-day. We're day-to-day. Like, he keeps repeating, like...
Here, look that up real quick.
Okay.
See if Zappy's playing.
Because they'll be in trouble.
Well, I don't know if it even matters, but
Yeah,
I want to see if Tom Brady's going to play or not.
Mackenzie Jones.
Yeah.
See if anything came out. No.
I haven't seen anything. Well, anyway, while he looks that up, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. We love doing these. I love it when my teams do good and I win big dog. But...
Mac Jones is expected to play for the Patriots Monday night.
Oh, there you go. Zappy's dead.
Ian Rappaport.
Thank you, Zappy.
Thank you, Zappy.
But, yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you guys
sure.
for watching. Appreciate everybody. Leave comments down below on any advice that we can give you. We'll do it. And, yeah, subscribe.
Anything else?
That's all.
No, I have one more thing. I told you I would annoy you that Sunday. I know you have a misery day.
All right, bye, guys. We'll see you guys, Wednesday? Wednesday.
We them boys, we're back.